It is Chair Shot Reality on WrestleZone.com. Keeping on here. We got 4 videos this weekend. Plus, we have a social media extra segment of Josh Eisenberg's NXT in 90. And speaking of Josh Eisenberg, let's welcome him back here. He's down there in sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm up here in Pittsburgh. Josh, how's your weekend going?
Justin, I am here all weekend long. There's no Juice, there's Ronell, there's no divas in studio. It's just you and me, man. It's a little bit of a thing I like to call love. Me and you, baby. Can I be Mike and you be Maria?
So you're saying you have a chance. You're saying you have
How about Billy and Chuck? Rather do Billy and Chuck? I'll be Billy.
Relax.
I'll be Billy.
Let's relax. Let's relax. All right. Let's talk about Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin won the Money in the Bank. Not a huge surprise. He was definitely one of the favorites. You'd have to think going in the match. I know he was, one that a lot of us thought would win. He does win. Your reaction initially to Baron Corbin? Are you still okay with Baron Corbin being given the briefcase?
Absolutely. I think he was the only realistic, logical choice. You know, as we've seen now, 14 of the 19 winners of Money in the Bank have been heels. So you have Baron Corbin and Carmella, which obviously that's a different situation you guys will talk about later on. Baron Corbin's the right fit right now, and I'll tell you why. Baron Corbin is not the absolute strongest on the mic. Baron Corbin can lose match after match after match and put other guys like maybe a Shinsuke Nakamura over, or even Sami Zayn to an extent, have him pick up a couple of wins, which we've seen him do over the past few months with Baron Corbin. But he's always going to have that briefcase, so he's always going to be targeting the champion and always be the guy that everybody thinks could be the next world champion. I fear, and I'm not sure why I feel this, Justin. I like Baron Corbin, but I fear his cash-in is going to feel more like Jack Swagger than Dolph Ziggler.
Well, that's a bold historical prediction or reference, so why do you feel that way about Baron Corbin?
Well, I think Baron Corbin, he doesn't have as much charisma right now. He's not a guy that the fans need to see on their television screen, Justin. I think, you know, as you saw Dolph Ziggler, they were craving for him to cash in. It could be the length of time that they had it, but I think it's also because they wanted him to do that. They wanted him for such a long time to be at the top of the mountain, and he finally got that. Baron Corbin he relates more to me as Jack Swagger, you know. He's not a guy that's connecting every single week with the crowd. He's not a real, I mean, he's a good heel, but Jinder Mahal is a must-see guy right now. Baron Corbin's nowhere near that for me personally, even though I like what he's doing. I don't necessarily need to see Baron Corbin, and if he doesn't cash in on a guy like AJ Styles or Shinsuke Nakamura, is it going to feel really important that he's champion?
Well, I see your point. You know, I think an ideal situation for him. You're right. It does definitely matter who he cashes in on. You're probably not going to see him cash in on a heel Jinder Mahal, and I think Jinder's going to hold this title at least through the remainder of the summer. So, you know, just posing one option, you're right. He needs to cash in something big. So what if we saw a John Cena come back, challenge for this title against a Jinder Mahal, a very simple story, and John Cena wins, and that would be that historic 17th title win. And what if right there, after a long, hard-fought match, John Cena wins, and right there you have Baron Corbin come out and completely ruin the celebration. All of a sudden, you know, Jinder Mahal wasn't much to any of us, and now all of a sudden, he's one of the must-see guys, each and every week. I think you have Baron Corbin make a bold move like that. All of a sudden, I think you're going to have a must-see factor with him too.
Yeah, and I think that could happen. He was really the only logical choice. You know, as I was saying, heels always win this Money in the Bank. It's a stipulation fitted for bad guys. You know, you've only seen a couple of really good guys take the briefcase and carry on with it. Probably the most notably is, you know, like a Rob Van Dam calling his shot and defeating John Cena. With Baron Corbin on SmackDown right now, you know, there is a lack of true heels on SmackDown. It's basically Jinder Mahal and him, right? Because Dolph Ziggler's always going to be somewhat loved by the crowd. And then you have the AJ Styles who gets cheered, Kevin Owens who's supposed to be a heel but he gets cheered, Nakamura. I mean, the list goes on with successful faces on SmackDown. Now, if Baron Corbin is really going to be successful, yes, he can either beat John Cena and feel that important like that, but you said that Jinder Mahal is going to carry the title through the summer. I don't think he passes Battleground with the championship. I think you are going to see a big change back to Randy Orton heading into SummerSlam, and it might be for better or for worse, but it's going to be just really interesting to see what Baron Corbin does until he cashes in.
Well, this week was technically here in the States, the first week of summer, so we will be with you all summer long. We'll see how things progress. Of course, we have great Grapefruits of Fire, we have Battleground, we have SummerSlam. We'll be here with you, taking you through as we are each and every single week on WrestleZone.com. Thank you, Josh, for joining me. Coming up next, editor of WrestleZone.com, Nick Paglino. I think Nick and I are on some different sides of the spectrum here on the very controversial Money in the Bank women's storyline after Carmella won and then got stripped, all because James Ellsworth helped it out. We'll get into it. Of course, we'll love to hear your comments. Don't go anywhere. We got one more Chair Shot Reality to go.